I don't know where it is, but that thing's been doing it all bloody night. I suppose I ain't got a bullet. Yeah, there's another one calling to it. There's 3 of them. Oh, nightmare, no wonder I didn't get to sleep. Welcome back, and now we have done the drive across the very edge of Germany. There's so much more to see. I think we'll be back across Belgium, which was fairly uneventful. We did stop for lunch and such like. We're on the way over to Brittany, but obviously it's too far to go on one trip, so we're going to spend on one night stopover in the Le Harve area. But before I do that, and because we're in France and they're quite famous for their tolls, I'm going to be having a look at the charges that this Via Michelin app tells me. As you can see, it says £36.87, so we'll see how accurate that actually is. Followed by a review of that one night stopover and things you need to be aware of.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
France.
We're in France.
Trusty word, péage.
Tolls.
Tolls, yeah.
Now there is something we should mention as we approach these tolls. This is our first toll. We bought a badge, a toll badge, and back in 2014. Now obviously these have batteries in them, and what we didn't know is whether or not the battery was going to be dead. So we had to choose a lane that had the ability to pay cash just in case. Oh, it does work.
Yes.
That means the next time I will be aiming for the 30 miles an hour.
No, you bloody won't.
Fabulous.
Yeah, really worth doing. Saves you loads of time and money if you can just go through the tag lane and then pay for it later. Just remember, it is a bill that will come.
Certainly was useful last time we were here because the queue was monumental for the machines that you had to pay cash at, whereas this one you can just fly straight through. If you can see those orange T's, and away you go.
Yeah, ATMB, that's what you need, the ATMB device.
Oh look, there's a toll! But you can drive with those ones with 30 miles an hour now. Inconsistency number 1, so this one has got a booth because it used to be manned. I don't think there's manned people in there anymore, but beyond that we do have the yellow machine where you can still pay in cash. Trust us to get beyond somebody else and pay. French as well. Yeah, see my badge, off you go. Pink. Go. Now what you also notice is that as you drive further down these toll roads and people don't want to pay the fees, as in the local French people, then we get blessed with lots of empty roads, which is a good thing, is it not? Oh, look what's ahead.
Tolls come thick and fast.
Take the exit on the right to A16 toward 1.
Oh, I've still got the toll first then.
So they all got T's on.
Yeah, so sometimes they've got restricted height. You have to really watch that. Make sure you're in the right lane.
Yeah, but not the ones on the left and right.
Not this one. No.
This has 30 kilometers an hour and is a restricted height one. You won't let me go down those ones. So
No.
we have to take our time.
Yeah.
Come to really slow, nearly stop. There we go, seen it. So as we approach the Domaine de la Catenière, which is the site we're going to for our overnight stay, the Le Havre area itself has a couple of tremendous bridges, including services and a toll booth at the same time, so be prepared. The first time we came along here, there was just nose to tail all this. Believe me, your handbrake really stunk by the time it got to the top.
Péage, yeah, about to come up.
pay for these bridges. So what you must have spotted by now is that all the overhead gantries are different. So the green one in front of us there is a non-toll booth, and as you can see all the cars go to the left. They tend to anyway, but the queue there is quite big. On the right hand side I can see a toll one, so I'm just going to go through this one, but it's kind of irrelevant anyway because we all get pushed into one single lane, as you'll see. Okay, so you get the idea. So let's go back and have a look at this. So this via Michelin app. If you recall, it shows me a figure of £36.87. And that's the crucial thing here, pounds. So then we have a look at the bill that I was actually sent. First thing to note is I'm a class 2. So I get charged at the cheaper rate than you do for a motorhome. There's actually 6 tolls that we had to go through. 2 are on the next leg. So you can remove the bottom 2. I'm just going to round the numbers up. So that's effectively €41. Then you add on the tax, and that brings it in at around £44. So not gospel then. Anyway, back to the site for tonight. As we make our way off the motorway, we go around to the very short distance actually to the campsite. There's a classic view of the bridge. You join us again with about half a mile to go.
In half a mile, arrive at Ledomingly Lane Pitsinia on the right.
Whatever it is.
What did she just say?
On the right.
Well, that wasn't too bad a drive. We're here now at long last. Now, as we still have the COVID rules in place, only Fiona can go in and sign us in and stuff. The rules here are somewhat different to Germany, as in the distance is now from 1.5 meters back down to 1, whereas we're 2 in the UK, aren't we? So, yeah, somewhat confusing. And as we find out, the pitch that they've allocated to us is only a couple hundred yards up the road, so we're just going to whiz up there and reverse back onto the site. I can make Fiona run a bit here as well. Yeah, go for it. Now what you could be is really impatient, like the guy who just drove across the pitch right in front of me. Watch this.
There's always one plonker. On an overnight stop, your needs might be quite different to a holiday stay just for overnight. Here you can see the pitches are relatively small. We rushed off to get an ice cream because it was really damn hot, and you can see there are loads of static caravans here. There was also a swimming pool, so Steve and David went off to the swimming pool and Georgia and I looked around, found out where the toilets were, more on that later. And right behind our pitch there was a farmyard affair with various animals, and it included 3 of these, which when I looked couldn't be seen at all. In fact, I did wonder if the cat had them, seeing it was in the hen house. That turned out not to be the case. And here I am in front of our pitch for an overnight stop. A pitch may not be great, but you're choosing the site for location, not for facilities. And talking of facilities, here's the toilets.
What's that smell?
Showers and sinks this side, toilets the other side.
Luxury rhinos. Okay. And universal toilets with just holes in the ground. Yes. New paper. Holes in the ground. That's nice. Toilets but no seats. And showers again. What you found? Oh, some washing machines, sinks and tumble dryers.
I think I may have found one toilet with a toilet seat.
Oh yeah.
Jen?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's the next morning and it's far too early.
We couldn't get any satellite, no TV last night, because guess where the satellite dish pointed? It would be right smack in the middle of that tree. So no TV last night, but it doesn't matter. We're only here for one night anyway. And they do have, this is all part of the same property here. There's a little mini garden here, and I don't know if you can see it at the back there. Play pitch with some football stuff at the end. And there's a lot of people playing football and things in there last night. And you can obviously see there's some tent pitching, just zoom in a bit. There's a tent. Have breakfast, pack up and go. I don't know where it is, but that thing's been doing it all bloody night. I suppose they ain't got a bullet. There's another one calling to it. There's 3 of them. Oh, nightmare, I wonder if you can get to sleep.
David, what did you think of our overnight stop?
Not good.
Why?
The toilet's horrible.
What makes horrible toilets?
And being outside and not being clean.
Georgia?
I didn't go to the toilets
Why wouldn't you go, Georgia?
because they were really bad.
I did find some nice green ones, green coloured anyway, toilet seats.
Some French sites, let's just say their toilet and shower facilities are not what we're used to in the UK. And when you've just spent 4 days in Germany where they're outstanding, it's a bit of a shock to have toilets that are out in the open, non-gender specific, urinals that everyone can see, holes in the ground, and then toilets with no toilet seat. If you're lucky, you might find one with a toilet seat. Showers were very basic. I mean, you couldn't get dressed in there. Everything would be soaking wet. And they were the push button. So there was one temperature, scalding hot. It was a power shower, but you get about 20 seconds and it turns itself off. So, put it this way, nobody spends a long time in the shower.
It was alright for a stop overnight. I mean, we didn't get there till 5. Might just say that the food was a bit naff last night.
Yeah, the service was okay.
But it was still okay.
It was okay.
Alright. The pitches weren't that big.
I think we would have been disappointed if we were staying there longer than one night, wouldn't we?
Oh yes.
There wasn't actually. It's more a static caravan site. There was only probably about, that I could see, 5 or 10 pitches for motorhomes and touring caravans.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 out of 10.
I agree. 5 out of 10. That's it for this one. We hope you found it useful, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell. Thank you.